asked this question quite often. I got asked a couple times on Instagram the other day, and they usually get asked on my model page on Facebook or sometimes Twitter or Tumblr. Excuse me. So I wanted to explain how this works and everything. So usually the question I get is how did I get into modeling, or alternative modeling, or whatever modeling they're asking the question for. So let's get started. Because this is gonna be kind of long. In 2008, I graduated from high school. A friend of mine decided to apply for this modeling agency on MySpace. Now, this is when MySpace was really cool. I know I say a lot. Sorry, guys. I can't help it. Anyways, and I say anyways a lot. So he joined and told me about it. So I decided to fill out an application and join. So let's see. Back then I had blonde hair. They said that having blonde hair and dark eyebrows was kind of rare, because usually most blondes have blonde eyebrows and have to fill in their eyebrows to be darker. So I joined them, and they brought me in for my first photo shoot to see how I did. Now, mind you, I have been practicing being a model since I was 8. I did gymnastics for 15 years, but in those 15 years, I saw little girls from a beauty pageant. And so I knew I wanted to do that. I wanted to do something like that. So I started looking up stuff about modeling and watching runway shows. So I've practiced. So when I went to the photo shoot for the business, it helped, because I watched some of the posing, or looked up some of the posings, and I would play with the camera when my face was cool, to learn what angle looked good on my face. After I did the first photo shoot, they hired me. So, sorry, I'm gonna say a lot, guys. I say it when I'm thinking, and I can't help it. Okay. So they hired me, and we did a couple other photo shoots, and I got a paid photo shoot through them. They took a little bit of the money, and I got to keep the rest. Then they went on a business, so I was kind of on my own. Well, then I heard about this thing called the D20 Girls, which is around still, but it's not very good, so don't even bother joining it, where you model and then you can be a booth bunny for conventions. So I decided to join that. Well, it was just a big, pardon my language, clusterfuck. So I left that. I joined them about 2009. I think that's when the business went out of business. They were only open a year. So I joined them in 2009. About 2010, I think I left them. And I started thinking about pursuing modeling by myself. So in 2010, I was kind of more of practicing. I used to watch America's Next Top Model religiously, so I could learn different poses. If I have a short neck, to try not to hunch your neck, and all kinds of things. Like, I have done so much research on this, and I'm still doing research, because you can't say you're a perfect model if you stopped doing research and say you know everything. Because really, you can't learn everything, because there's so much to learn about the modeling industry. So I was doing, I think, a little bit of photo shoots in 2010. 2011 is kind of when I got my kickback. I kind of was like, I'm taking this full force. So I found out there was a local charity fashion show at a costume store here near my house. So I joined that, and since I had been watching runway, they actually had a person that's been a runway model before come in and coach. And I never once, not trying to sound stuck up, but like I said, I have been watching runway modeling and everything. I've learned, I've watched, I've practiced. So I didn't get critiqued at all. I didn't have the runway coach. I didn't have her. Sorry, I almost said him. I believe it's her. He is now her. Tell me anything. Like, I never got told, you're not walking in a straight line enough. You're not pausing enough. You're not, putting your hands on your hips enough or anything like that. So after that, I met the photographer here in Columbus, because that's where I live, Columbus, or Ohio, whatever you want to call it, Ohio. And we did some photos, and I decided to make a model mayhem. Now, if you want to make a model mayhem, make sure you have a portfolio first, at least a variety. You can't have I wouldn't say use all the photos from one set. I try and get as many different photos as you can and make sure they're professional, because if they don't look professional, they won't hire you. But also, Model Mayhem has a lot of not so good photographers. You kind of have to weed through them, because some photographers won't let you have escorts. Some photographers will only shoot certain things that you don't want to shoot. Some photographers won't give you photos back. It's just, so be very careful if you use Model Mayhem. So I started Model Mayhem, then I decided to make a Facebook like page, I made an Instagram, I made a Tumblr, I made a Twitter, I made a FetLife for my fetish modeling. I decided to do YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now. I didn't take YouTube so seriously as I am now, because I wasn't, as you can tell, I'm not very good at talking on camera. I say and do certain things a lot, and I can't help it. I'm not very good, even though this is public speaking, I'm not a very good public speaker. So pretty much what I did was I've met a few local photographers here from Model Mayhem, from Instagram, from Facebook, from other people. And I built my portfolio that way, and then I started looking up magazines and looking up other photographers. And sometimes the photographers come to me. This is why you use social media to your advantage. I constantly update my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I try to update it every day, twice a day. I try to update my Facebook page once a day, if not every other day. I try and set up photo shoots. When I started back up, when I really took modeling full force in 2011, I scheduled a little too many photo shoots, so I'm a little burnt out now. But, so I've been doing this since 2008. But it's really, 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 really hard work, guys. Like, this isn't just something that's going to come to you overnight. You're not going to be doing all kinds of photo shoots and meeting all kinds of photographers really quickly. Like, I still have a ton of photos that I haven't uploaded on my Instagram because I don't want to, like, overwhelm everybody. I want to kind of keep my lifestyle posting and my modeling photos posting. And I want to post, and I'm going to post up some of my publications as well on my Instagram so you guys can see some of them. But a lot of the publications I have sent the photos in. I've asked the photographers, I've asked them to sign the releases, and then I've sent the photos in myself. I haven't really had any really magazines come to me. Most of the time the photographers sent the photos or I've sent the photos, just so you know. Trying to think. I've sometimes had people share my photos and I don't ask, so that's kind of cool. Always have an escort. Always have an escort for photo shoots. Always. That's one thing I'm going to say right now. Always have an escort. Because you never know what could happen. There's been so many weird, like, photographers, and I've heard of girls getting hurt and raped and all kinds of things in the modeling world. So make sure you bring an escort. Make sure you practice poses. You find a modeling style that you're comfortable with. Me, I pretty much shoot everything. The only thing I haven't really learned really well is pinup, because it's not really a big call for it here in Ohio. So I mostly just shoot alternative and cosplay and fetish stuff. I'll do swimsuits and lingerie as well. But, sorry. But most of the time I do alternative. How I've met people that I've done work with, like I've said, because I know I'm going to ask this question. I've actually met some people through other people. Like I met the guy that shot my Harley Quinn body paint, which I still need to put on my Instagram. I met him through another photographer. They set it up, the body paint photo shoot, and they paid for it instead of me paying for it. And I met him there. Well, then I met the artist that painted me through another photographer that I did his photo shoot for a book. for his Halloween book. So it's really just about making connections and meeting the right people. There I still have quite a few photo shoots I have to set up. Like this weekend, I went to a photo shoot. Okay, so let's put this way. You're not always going to get paid for photo shoots. Time for prints is usually good when you first start. I occasionally get paid photo shoots. I don't get them all the time because a lot of the time I just want something for my portfolio or I want something to send to a magazine, and sometimes photographers won't pay you if you just want to send photos to a magazine because not all magazines pay you when you send photos to them. It's usually hard to get paid by magazines, I think, unless they come to you. Don't quote me on that one. I haven't had any magazines pay me for sending photos in. So don't expect that this can be your full-time job and that you'll get paid all the time. But I do get paid photo shoots. I actually had one this weekend, and that's actually how I met a few more local photographers. It was a group shoot. Sorry, I keep saying, oh, there we go again. Anyways, yeah, okay. But, so I met them at the group photo shoot, and a couple of them want to book me. So that's pretty much how it goes. That's how you get started. You just have to make connections and do stuff. You have to get on the internet and kind of put yourself out there. I've kind of turned myself into a business, I guess you could say. I self-promote, and that's how I get my jobs. Like I said, I'm constantly updating stuff. I have all kinds of different social media pages. You can, not to sound sorry on myself, you can Google me. If you Google Toxic Techno Together and don't space it out, it'll bring up a bunch of my photos, a bunch of the websites I'm on, and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, not trying to sound stuck up, but you can Google me. I have been put on a t-shirt, which was really sweet. I've also been asked for promote t-shirt companies like the one I'm wearing right now, which is Crash Tide. I'll put the link in the description. I know you guys don't really care, but I'll put the link in the description and my coupon code. So yeah, I've been sent t-shirts to model for people. I've been sent products. I've sent products to do reviews. I just do reviews on products just because. I do a product review blog like that. You have to put yourself out there, pretty much. You just gotta want to have the drive to do it, I guess. After my grandma passed away this year. Ooh, they're moving stuff outside. That scared me. But after my grandma passed away this year, my drive kind of went down because my family doesn't think modeling is a real job. Hey, shh. Mommy's recording. My family really doesn't think modeling is a real job, so they really don't support me all that much. Yay. But, my husband does. That's all that matters. Master does. But it's still kind of hard to be like, yeah, let's do this. So, anyways. I think that's all I have to say. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Yeah. So, hopefully this helps. I know it wasn't a lot of information, but I tried. Again, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's taken me about 9 years to get to where I am right now. Right now, at this point, where you've seen me, websites I'm on, magazines I'm in. It's taken me 9 years. So, yeah. I hope this helps. I love you guys. Bye.